Without a doubt, these two plays speak to each other in ways that I think are obvious when our audiences will see them, and I think in ways that aren't obvious, which our audience will also, I'm sure, sort out. These two plays require that you are able to sit for long sentences, which is a sort of joke I make about, being present to language. But they're also a feast in terms of thematic exchange. Both plays have children at the center, whether real or imagined, and that's all I will say about that. Both plays question who is the adult in the room, who are the adults, who is at the lever of manipulation at any given time, and what is the language, both real vocabulary and sometimes physical vocabulary, that allows the chess game to be won. And these plays both, through different lenses during different eras, together are stronger than they are individual. And individually, they're very strong. I also am a language person, and I love the idea that there's a French play translated into English that feels like it modifies American behavior so well, which just teaches us that behavior is universal, and there's a uniquely American voice, right, that continues to be resonant 45 years beyond its inception.
Can you talk about the directors for the plays?
Yeah, so Lisa Rothi, who's directing Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, I've known for over 20 years. Marco Baricelli directing God of Carnage, I've known for, gulp, if I can say it, 40 years. And they're both perfect to direct these because of experience in this form, proximity to language in plays that is used as weaponry, used as tactic and active action. Both directors bring with them not only advanced skill, but an understanding of what it means to be part of an ensemble. That deep and rare and unique thing that American theater does so well, right? These two artists, Lisa and Marco, have been steeped in their whole careers. And it's really exciting to bring back this form with people who've practiced it and return a lens to that kind of craft here at South Coast Repertory.
Can you talk about casting Kim and Brian?
Brian Vaughn and Kim Martin Cotton have a massive lift here. They're essentially the leads in two shows. I mean, just doing George and Martha in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf would be like a huge feat. But instead, they're also playing two central figures in God of Carnage, right? So that means that normally they'd rehearse Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf for 8 hours in a given day, but they're not. Currently, they're rehearsing 4 hours, they're taking a dinner break, then they're switching plays entirely and rehearsing these two other roles in God of Carnage with casts that surround them. And I'm not gonna lie, one of the gifts of the job, right? The greatest gift of this job is putting money in artists' pockets. The next greatest gift is being able to hire artists that are both brand new to you and artists that you have developed a relationship with over time. Both Kim and Brian are just important people to me as artists. I have watched them and worked with them for years. They have sort of readied their craft through the practice of rotating repertory, and both of them have stared down the monsters, whether those are Hamlets or Moon for Misbegotten, sort of titan-like roles in the canon of theatrical literature. They both have under their belt. And so, to me, it was a central component of building this rep was building it around artists, particular artists, and I feel very blessed that they're both here, and I feel very blessed that our audiences will see them together. And neither of them are a stranger to South Coast Repertory, which is also important to me. Brian was in the first show I directed here as artistic director. Kim, up until very recently, was the associate artistic director here at South Coast Rep, and we have acted together and worked together over a long, long period of time.
Like, what can audiences look forward to when they see both plays?
Yeah, I mean, I think you lose out if you see one and you don't see the other, because you lose out on a lot of great conversation with other people that have had that experience. and also you're prevented from conversation if you haven't seen both. I think that my expectation is there's a ton of Easter eggs to follow along the way. One of the things that I think is thrilling is if you take away the actors and you just think about visually what this looks like. Remember, we're in the Segerstrom stage. We have an hour to an hour and 20 minutes to finish Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf's matinee and remake the theater, right? And you as an audience member, whether you see it a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks apart, or on the same day, I challenge you to look for how the transformation occurs. It will be easy to spot in costumes, but remember, this is one scenic designer utilizing, and I don't want to give it away, a sort of Lego parade to figure out how to completely transform a space. And I think that's one of the thrilling things about the Rep. And the other part of the reason why it's really, I think, essential to see both together is that it allows access to what I hope our audience feels already, which is like rooting for your home team here at South Coast Repertory. Really being part of something that is bold and I think makes us nervous because it's not easy, it's rare, and if you just see one, you're kind of seeing what happens all the time. If you see both, you get a full experience that I hope gives us and gives you something to be proud of that's built right here in Orange County.